As Henry Ford said, coming together is a beginning, staying together is a process, and working together is a success. You have all been chosen to be a part of this international conference due to the mutual passion of learning. Your passion helps us all to unite, and the energy we create is what allows us to achieve our individual as well as group goals. We need you as much as you need us, and that is why we are grateful to having you join us for this first international virtual conference. May I now invite Dr. S. Nagalakshmi, Assistant Professor, to welcome the gathering.
Thank you, Aruna ma'am. Warm greetings to all. As stated, welcoming is the expression of hospitality. On behalf of Secretary, Principal, Vice Principal, PG and Research Department of English of Saraswathi Narayanan College, Madurai, and Alpha Research Academy, Chennai, I would like to welcome and thank each one of you for joining the conference on this grand occasion of one-day international virtual conference titled Language, Literature, and Linguistics. We are aware the advent of language and literature studies have emerged as a robust and challenging domain in the global landscape. So this conference, with an objective, tries to reach, renew, and explore new avenues in language, literature, and linguistics. The key to language and literature studies is to engage all forms of communication media and generate new works of verbal art. Hence, this conference strives to explore and adapt multiplicity of perspectives for viewing language learning and critical appreciation of contemporary literature. On behalf of the team, it gives me tremendous contentment to welcome the most esteemed personalities with warm gesture. The speakers are closely connected to young minds and they tirelessly work towards language, literature, linguistics, and research. In fact, all the speakers of the day have served decades of various academic and administrative experience, and their service is the catalyst for their interest on language, literature, and linguistics, who are the right persons to speak in this forum. The eminent speakers from various spheres are here with us today to enlighten us by giving the taste of literary knowledge. I'm highly honored in welcoming the chief guest, the hero of the day, Dr. J. John Sekhar, Professor, Department of English of the American College, Madurai. So welcome, sir. I welcome the multifaceted personality, Dr. Roy P. Vettel, Assistant Professor of Applied Linguistics, Sohar University of Oman. So welcome you too, sir. I extend my warm welcome to the person who is more intellectual, Dr. Martha Karnagar, Associate Professor of SSN College of Engineering, Coimbatore. Madam, welcome, ma'am. I further welcome Dr. P. Harshini, a multi-talented professor, Department of English of MGR Educational Research Institute, University, Chennai. Welcome, ma'am. We are grateful to you all for accepting our invitation and being the stars of the conference. And we are awaiting for the time, and our curiosity is at its height to listen to the experience of the literarians. I also respectfully welcome Dr. Vijay Kumar and Dr. N. Sheikh Hamid of Alpha Research Academy, Chennai, for their great guidance and tremendous support. I sincerely extend my acknowledgement and welcome to the lead speakers, Ms. Aruna Balachandar. I further extend my welcome to Dr. Emma Chandran, Head PG and Research Center of English of Saraswathi Narayanan College. It is also a privilege to welcome the technical team and the participants who are committed to constructive participation in the conference. I also believe that this conference will be fruitful and with the full support of all the endeavored participants, and I'm excited to get to know the new faces here. Once again, on behalf of Saraswathi Narayanan College, Madurai, and Alpha Research Academy, Chennai, I offer my welcome to you all for celebrating literature in the one-day international virtual conference. I wish everyone here a good health and a happy note of welcome. Have a great day and thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks to the organizers. All of them have been working with us since the beginning of the planning stage, and they are still here with us today, even though they are very busy with their responsibilities. Inauguration days are special. They are the start of a new journey. Today's event is a small step we have taken towards spreading knowledge. I take pleasure in welcoming Mr. T. Jaisingh, Associate Professor, to give the inaugural address.
A warm good morning to one and all. The chief guest and the keynote speaker of the day, Dr. J. John Saker, Professor, Department of English, American College, Madurai, Tamil Nadu. Respected dignitaries, Dr. Roy P. Whittle, Assistant Professor of Applied Linguistics, Sohar University, Oman. Dr. Martha Karnagaran, Associate Professor, SSN, College of Engineering. Dr. P. Hashini, Dr. MGR Education, and am I audible?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, Research Institute, Chennai, the principal, the head, and the members of the Department of English of Saraswathi Narayanan College, Madurai, and dear participants. It's my privilege and honor to join with you on this great, enlightening academic endeavor. Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but when the desire comes, it is a tree of life. Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 12. This international virtual conference on language, literature, and linguistics, which was a much awaited desire of the department, has come true now. It's quite laudable and pride for the Department of English, Saraswathi Narayanan College, to host an international conference in collaboration with Alpha Research Academy for the good cause of the society and academic enhancement of the learned community. When we consider the field of research, there arises some important questions. Will the outcome of the research be useful to the society in any way after 10 or 20 years? Are they really worth considering? In this regard, so many questions like this been asked by Brian Chappell in his book, The Case Against Education, which was published by Princeton University 2018. And I really hope that Alpha Research Academy is doing a wonderful job in the area of research. Its focus on ethical professional research leads to the contribution to the healthy research outcomes, I believe. This conference will help us familiarize profitable topics like intercultural communication and varying pragmatics, children's literature, language negotiation and censorship, feminism and cultural concepts in the 21st century. So when we consider the first topic, it's very useful, practical in this present scenario. Our country is a pluralistic society with different culture, with different language, and in different setting, and we need to know how the same word can have different meanings in different settings. So this pragmatic study how people react to different symbols. So this branch of linguistic concerned with meaning in context or the meanings of the sentence in terms of the speaker's intention in using them. It's a very interesting topic. Other topics also are very interesting. And it's a privilege for us to have the resource persons who have agreed to share their valuable time and expertise with us on this memorable occasion. I congratulate the efforts taken by the department, especially Dr. M.R. Chandran, to organize this virtual conference. We expect to conduct many more resourceful deliberations like this in future. Since it's a one-day international conference, I don't want to take much of the time. I'm really happy to see scintillating presenters and eager learners with us this day. With all your permission, I announce this event officially inaugurated and hope all the participants find it useful and interesting. Have a nice time ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I call upon Dr. M.R. Chandran, Head, Department of English, Saraswathi Narayanan College, to felicitate our chief guest for today's session.
Yes, thank you, Madam Aruna. Yes. Conjugal personages of Alpha Researchers Academy, Chennai, the brilliant principal and vice principal of Saraswathi Narayanan College, Madurai, illustrious chief guest of the great event, Dr. John Shaker, my noble friend, renowned speakers of the conference, learned teaching fraternity of English of SM College and other educational institutions, industrious scholars, students, and well-wishers. It is indeed a defining moment for me to be the part of this high-profile academic engagement of International Conference on Language, Literature, and Linguistics, for which I accord my fathomless gratitude to Alpha Researchers Academy, which is the cause for our association with this international conference. Of course, we have to welcome this kind of scholarly events of intellectual experience, particularly teachers, as it gives a rare opportunity for all of us to introspect and recharge our potentials so that with added vigor and undiluted dedication, we can plunge into action of steering the society to realize its social goals through our student community. And of course, the conference is of much value, particularly to student and teacher community. Language, linguistics, and literature complement one another. These are three important aspects of the English curriculum with different tools and methodologies for developing language learning in a synthesized fashion. As globalization accelerates much, there is a growing need for English as a language of communication. Study plans should comprise attention to linguistics, literature, and language skills. It is obvious that language is an essential part of human life. Literature provides the best means of attaining English proficiency. It paves the way for the students to practice and improve the four major skills of language. At the same time, we must also note that literature is not to graduate students merely with language proficiency, that students with cultural knowledge. Because literature is an art which nurtures emotional and spiritual well-being of a man. Literature doesn't cease with describing life, but does enrich the vital competencies that drive life. Only literature can afford to read an insightful understanding of the different facets of man's life. Hence, its ability to alter one's attitude to life. So ultimately, literature is what they comment of life through the medium of language. Literature makes the readers feel by capturing their hearts and minds through creative language. If our thoughts are to be expressed effectively, our use of language must be good enough to make ourselves understood without any possibility of misinterpretation. The skill of effectively using language gives an ability to influence others through language, of course. To use language is a kind of social and civic responsibility. The functioning of an active democracy demands the citizens who are articulate, who can express their opinions with ease. Citizens who can't do this are social and civic failures. So one must be able to communicate with his fellows on the higher level of understanding for the guaranteed healthy integration into community. So language can be better understood only with the language of linguistics. Linguistics, being the systematic study of the elements of language and the principles governing their combination and organization, helps us to have the better understanding of the properties of language. Thus, it paves way for the efficient use of language. Linguistics also helps us with the knowledge about the complexities of the ways in which the constituent elements of language combine and organize to make meaningful sentences. So literary texts include linguistic form as well as specialized literary forms. Literary linguistics aims at exploring whether literature involves any specialized cognitive processes and at explaining how linguistic form can be used to communicate meaning and the ways by which a text is used to communicate sense. No doubt, ultimately, on its utility value, the topic, language, literature, and linguistics, is well worth the study. And today, we are indeed very fortunate to have luminary language and literary experts who speak on various topics related to the theme of the conference. Once again, thanking Alpha Research Academy for this constructive and promising collaborative effort. I appeal to all the participants to genuinely make use of this unique opportunity to get enlightened on this seminal topic. I wish the Academy to continue their efforts to effect such academic exercise in future for the benefit of the teacher and the student community. Thank you very much indeed.